Hi, you guys. How are you? I feel you. I feel all of you. I feel how intense the fear is these days, especially since this weekend and every day the sun progresses another degree. You feel the tightening of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that we've been barreling towards. I just grabbed my cards to grab my cards. Spirit really has had me, I think, kind of on a, I don't want to say a short leash, but that's kind of what it feels like. Because every time I think I'm going to go start and do something, I keep getting pulled back to, hey, listen up. So I just entered a rather long post in the community, and I feel it's important that I just read it aloud to you all, because the reality of what we're headed towards is pretty big. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, you guys, remember when I told you over the summer we had to separate Donald from the mighty fear-inducing Saturn-Pluto from the July eclipses? Remember how fearful the last week of July felt into August? There was a lot of fear, and that was related to the eclipses and the sun being opposite Saturn-Pluto. This was a preview to the angst and fear we would be arriving to, barreling towards in January. I feel you all. I sense the palpable fear and its increase in intensity. This will continue. This is a Saturn-Pluto conjunction just a month away. I cannot sugarcoat this for you. This is truly a 500, 100, and 3,000 year cycle. We were all meant to be here. This Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, it brought about the end of the Roman Empire during its second Pluto return. This Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn is what brought about the end of the fall of Constantinople, which ushered in the Italian Renaissance. And the last time Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter were conjunct in Capricorn, within about 6 to 10 degrees of one another, was in 1839 BCE. Wikipedia tells me that this was the time of the 12th dynasty in Egypt, the Golden Era, which came to an end when the pharaoh Amenemhat III died. And during that time, Saturn left Capricorn before Jupiter could transit Pluto. But this time, we will have Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunct in Capricorn for all of 2020, minus a few months when Saturn goes into Aquarius, but then it will come back for October, November, December. So we're going to be going through eclipses now and over the summer with this. So this is big, big, big. I can't even impart to you how huge this is. You know, around 2008, 2010, I would have to look at the dates. But we had a major eclipse when we had all the cardinal signs at 0 degrees. We had Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and Uranus at 0 degrees. And the astrologers with their software went back and they could not even find an eclipse like this going back 10,000 years. That was just an eclipse that had its effects that lasted for about 2 years. We are having long-standing conjunctions of large outer planets lasting for a year with eclipses. This is so rare. And so we have the eclipses that usher in the Saturn-Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, and Uranus will go direct. I don't even know when the last time that happened, because I'm guessing that would conservatively be another 3,000 years BCE to even consider finding that again. So yes, this is intense and things are going to be hard. There just is simply no way around it. Things are going to break. We can't be in the mode of working super hard to force things to come into whatever it is we want them to be. We have to let things be. We have to adapt. So, I am chewing on a theme in the back of my mind about fear. Fear-mongering and the guardian angels of fear, where we kind of straddle that cusp of fear and freedom. I think of the Devil card, which has to do with Saturn, and the Judgment card, which has to do with Pluto, setting something up. And I'm sure Spirit will alert me on my way to bed, desperate for sleep or something like that, because that's when I get some really great downloads. Same with certain migraines that I get, and I can kind of feel one whispering to me. So this is a long haul, you guys. This is big time transformational stuff that none of your ancestors lived. The last time, like around the 1500s, that was the time of Columbus voyaging to America, to the Americas. This transit, also bringing about the Italian Renaissance and the Age of Discovery, also gave rise to the Aztecs. So this is where we are. I've often said we'll be having an American Renaissance 2.0 of sorts, half jokingly. Well, I think that's what we will be forced to do. Pluto exposes the ugly underbelly of corruption and greed, and we cannot move forward until that is all exposed and cleaned up. This is no temporary task. It requires all of us, the entire physical, non-physical apparatus, for all of us to deal with the fear, the anger, those uncomfortable, scary spaces, the everything, yet go forward anyway, because we're kind of in this binary choice. We don't have the luxury to forget or ignore. And we can do it observing the fear, but not agonizing over the fear. This is going to be a big lesson we're all going to have to learn. To observe the fear, let the fear move around, but not agonize over it. Because there is a message there from Spirit. It's been sounding the warning bells for quite a while. It's time to listen. So, the skies rotate, and the earth and the heavens have been here before. The ancient rocks, sacred spaces, have secrets to share and guide us. By the way, that was Spirit that totally wrote that. 100% Spirit telling us to get out there and find our ancient spaces, to ask about these times, because Mother Earth remembers. We need to get out of the fear. Don't be fear-mongered. Don't be bullied by the messages out there. Listen to the earth. Listen to those ancient spaces. Listen to the heavens above and the ground below. I can feel them all summoning and rising, just like that divine feminine energy on the 18th of November. Remember? With the Jupiter galactic conjunction, we stood outside and felt that energy. They're ready. they knew that was coming, and we latched onto it. We need their help. We have help in spades. And we're going to find it in the most unsuspecting of places. And this makes me want to go back to Hawaii and visit the heiaus and the giant rocks near my grandparents' plantation home. Because there's so much to tell. There's so much wisdom in the earth that is waiting to tell us what we need to know as we go through 2020. Be kind to yourselves. Care for yourself like the great divine feminine and your ancestors of 500, 1,000, and 3,000 plus years ago would have cared for you, knowing the journey, the crucible we're all headed towards. It is that important. So I send you much love. Spirit, do you want to show us some cards? Because I'm on a different time schedule. What do you want to show them? King of Swords. The power of the word, the power of the action, the power of the intention will slice through this all. If you are on the receiving end of fear, it's going to hurt. If you're on the end of that double-edged sword of freedom, you will be quite entertained. It might even feel like victory. What else do you want to tell? Do not let your fear be your burden. Do not let your fear lead you to bad choices and examples. The Ten of Wands, my original card, is in Lake Eclipse. Those were Donald's indictments. Do not let your fear buy into the notion that he's not going to have a consequence. Don't buy that garbage. Don't be mongered. Don't be fear-mongered. You have great value to add and offer to others. There are others who are willing to do the exact same for you. Be open to it. You can still make progress. This isn't a time to stop. It's just a time to be still and listen. Clear skies, feet on the ground, eyes on the horizon. You have everything you will ever need right here, right now. Stay there. Okay. It's a tough week. Take extraordinary care of yourselves. Please don't get sick. Please do everything you need to do for this next month so you don't get sick during the eclipses with the stress and these planetary aspects, because I'm telling you, things are going to break down. Okay? I say that with a lot of love. Okay. Have a good one.